right? And so I had it all, but I didn't have it inside. And I was miserable inside. And I knew that I had more to give to the world, dude. I knew I had more impact in me. And I was going to be a man on a mission when I made that decision. And I did. I never had an entrepreneurial bone in my body, but I knew I had to make a change and do what I wanted to do, live life on my terms and live life with intention, or I was going to continue to struggle inside. And I wasn't willing to do that anymore. I didn't want to turn 65 and look back on life with nothing.
Welcome to the Gentleman Success, Happiness, and Fulfillment Talk podcast, where we bring to you the most successful, happy, fulfilled gentlemen from around the world who have been able to conquer themselves, their life, their marriage, and their businesses. You will be learning from four-dimensional gentlemen who have cracked the code to the science of having it all. The question is, how can married entrepreneurs with kids become gentlemen, achieve true freedom, and build a successful, happy, and fulfilled life, marriage, and business? This show will give you the answer for that. My name is Alex Ramirez, and I'm your host, and you're welcome to the Gentleman Success, Happiness, Fulfillment Talk podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another life-changing episode of the Gentleman Success, Happiness, and Fulfillment Talk podcast. As always, I have an incredible gentleman today, which I'm very excited to talk with, learn from, and just dive deep into his story. Before I introduce him to you, though, I just want to give a big shout out to all of you who have been leaving comments, reviews, likes, all of that good stuff on all the major podcasting platforms, Google, Apple, Spotify. And to those who have been watching on YouTube as well, thank you very much. And today, I want to ask you for something special. I want to ask you that if you take something out of this interview, a feeling, some valuable piece of information, something, an inspiration to go and take action. If you take something out of this, I want to ask you to please share it with one friend, since this is how we grow. This is how we're able to share our message. This is how we're able to motivate, inspire, and bless other men out there to change their lives and achieve what I call true freedom. So yeah, thank you very much. While you're doing that, subscribe, like, comment. And the reality is that 95% of people never take the time to do that. But the 5% of you who do are the ones who make all the difference. And to you and everyone, I say thank you. And today I have Jason Priest. Is that how you say your last name, man?
Yep, you got it, man. Just like
awesome.
A priest.
Jason Priest. Okay, cool. And he's the co-founder of the Fatherhood Experience and a registered nurse, a former personal trainer. Jason is extremely passionate about health and wellness and was featured in Men's Health for his own health transformation. Jason is a father, a family man first, and always tries to lead by example, which is what motivate, inspire, and bless me. And I'll tell you right now, man, pretty cool. He's on a mission to make the largest impact possible on the male obesity epidemic in the United States. So men can become the leaders of their families in every aspect and be around long term for their families. The Fatherhood Experience helps men become powerful father figures while becoming free from fear and doubt around their health and fitness, their family and relationships, and their finances. Jason is also the co-host of the Fatherhood Experience podcast, and very excited to jam with him. So Jason, thank you very much for being here, man. I appreciate your time on a Saturday, and you're welcome, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me. I did not expect you to read my whole bio, but appreciate you diving deep a little bit and then sharing a little bit about me to get this rocking.
Cool. Well, awesome, man. So look, the first thing that I do with my guests, man, is I tell them to not introduce themselves, but like walk us through their entrepreneurial journey in 75 seconds or less.
Oh yeah, dude. My entrepreneurial journey. I'm what I call a late blooming entrepreneur. I never had an entrepreneurial drive or bone in my body when I was younger. And so I'm not going to tell my whole backstory. We'll just keep it to the entrepreneur piece right here. But dude, my story started really probably 4 years ago, dude, like a little 4.5 years ago, back in 2008. Yeah, 4 years ago, back in 2018. I remember the conversation well, sitting at the dinner table with my wife and said, honey, I'm quitting my job. I can't do this anymore. And she's like, I'm pregnant right now. I'm like, yep, I know. I'm quitting my job. I can't do it anymore. I was in a lot of pain and unfulfillment and hit the road running after that, man. And I'm here with you today. So I think that's less than 75 seconds. Would be glad to expand on that any way you want me to.
Cool. So yeah, man. So like your wife is pregnant. You have, all of this bills and payments probably coming your way. And
oh yeah.
All of this like uncertainty, and all of a sudden
I'm 38 at the time, by the way. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm 38 at the time. So 4 years ago. Yep.
A lot of things that you have to take care of in the next couple of months, and you're all of a sudden you're here with your wife, and you're like, I gotta quit my job. So yeah, man, let's go deep on that. Like,
Yeah,
what
for
was
sure,
that?
dude. So at the time, man, so you mentioned the registered nurse piece in my story. So I I started working in the ICU at 23 years old. I was still a young kid, young punk kid at that time. You said you're 21. At 23, I was really immature, man. Still doing shit that I shouldn't have been. Lost my mom at 25, and my wife and I got married that same year. Had a lot of shit happen right at once. So my wife and I have been married for, she was 17 years. So we waited 10 years to have kids. We had one kid at the time, my first son, and she was pregnant with our second kid, which, you know, like blessing in disguise, but ended up being a miscarriage. So I quit my job, told her that while she was pregnant, that child was a miscarriage. We went on to have another healthy baby later on. So I have 2 kids now. But yeah, we were sitting at the dinner table and I was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I'm miserable inside. I act happy on the outside because I have it all, dude. Like I had a good paying corporate job. I have a really nice house. We have a pool. We have plenty of space here. My kids all have their own room. We have like it's a nice house, right? And so I had it all, but I didn't have it inside, and I was miserable inside. And I knew that I had more to give to the world, dude. I knew I had more impact in me, and I was going to be a man on a mission when I made that decision, and I did. I never had an entrepreneurial bone in my body, but I knew I had to make a change and do what I wanted to do, live life on my terms and live life with intention, or I was going to continue to struggle inside, and I wasn't willing to do that anymore. I didn't want to turn 65 and look back on life with nothing but regret. That's a chance I wasn't willing to take. The money wasn't doing it for me, dude. It had to be fulfillment for me, because I was fucking miserable inside, like I said.
Yeah. So what were you missing? You know, you said you have it all, and
dude,
I think that,
you know, I had good paying job for what I was doing. I was working from home. I was doing health coaching for a corporate wellness company. They paid me a lot of money for what I was doing. Good company, good benefits. Wife's a pharmacist. We had a great life, great kids, all that. Dude, I didn't have it inside. Like there was no reason to wake up every day. Nothing to get excited about every day. And my family, like, don't get me wrong, but like when you work for somebody else and you're working on someone else's clock for 8 hours a day, that's a good chunk of your life. You're going to do that every single week and continue to be unfulfilled. It wasn't a path that I was willing to take. And some people are willing to take that. I decided at 38 that I was going to be more than average. I couldn't do that, dude. I was not willing to embrace an average life. Right. I needed more from the inside, dude. I was missing something. You know, you asked what I was missing, but probably fulfillment, dude. It just wasn't there. Fulfillment with family, great. Fulfillment with going on vacations and doing all the great things with the wife. Got a nice house, like I said. All that's great. I didn't have it on the inside, dude. I needed more.
Okay. So like purpose, right? Like your own.
There was no purpose, right?
And in self-expression, like you felt like you needed more of that. So like that missing piece, did that cost you to like do any self-harm or any like dumb stuff or anything like that?
No. Yeah. I have a very long history of alcohol and drug abuse, for sure, dude. You mentioned your story, dude. I'm 42, so I'm double up on your age. So I don't even know if you know what a rave is, but I grew up doing nothing but raves on the weekends, dude. I was very, very heavily involved in drugs at a very young age as well. But dude, when I was unfulfilled, I would drink a lot more, dude. Like I still have some beers on the weekend, right? Like that's my jam. I'm an IPA guy.
It's not a need.
Like to have the occasional whiskey, but for me, it's not a drink to get hammered drunk every night. And back then when I was depressed, yeah, I mean, like I'd go to town on some drinks because, you know, I'm trying to hide that pain. Like I'm miserable inside. There was no purpose. There was no fulfillment. I had to make a change.
Yeah. So there's like a purpose. This you were trying to like fill that void that I was talking about earlier,
yeah,
right? With like this with alcohol and drugs that made it that eased the feling a little
ease
bit,
the pain temporarily, right? Yeah. It's like the temporary shit that we live in an immediate gratification society, dude. And look, you know, there's fast food on every corner. You can go and watch free porn. There's Netflix, binging on Netflix. There's everywhere to numb the pain. And most men look for external sources to numb that pain. And it's got to come from the inside. We tell our guys all the time, dude, you got to work on the inside. It's like people that are trying to lose weight, right? They go and follow like a fad diet, right? Go do keto and lose 50 pounds. Bro, you're worried about the wrong fucking thing, man. You're focused on what's outside, and you might have some success, but if you don't fix what's on the inside, dude, that's not gonna last. And the same holds true with everything else, dude. You gotta fix the man on the inside in order to achieve that. And dude, for me, in terms of like career, I had to make a change, dude. I would rather go down fighting than just coast through life and look back on with nothing but regret. It wasn't an option for me.
Regret, man. That's such a, I don't know, like painful. Like I'm not gonna have any regret because I'm like grateful, and I was lucky enough to be surrounding myself with high level men from early, from early on. And one of the things that I've heard is like just like you're only going to live once. Like you have greatness within, and just go all in, right? So
why would you not try? Like that's
right?
For me, and I get it. Like not everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur. I understand that. My wife she loves being a pharmacist, right? Like that's her jam.
Yeah.
And she thrives in that environment. She doesn't want her own business. She doesn't want to manage employees. For me, man, like I wanted my own shit. I wanted my own everything, dude, when it comes to work every day. Cause if I'm going to spend half my life doing it or more, I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. Right. Like I'm not living on someone else's time clock. I'm not punching in. That's not me. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, everybody's journey starts at a different age, man. For me, like the way that I look at it is being a late bloomer. I got to do a lot of shit, like living that corporate lifestyle. We got to go on a lot of vacations that I can't really take right now because I have a business to run. Right. And so I can get away. My business partner will hold the fort, but like we'd go on 2-week cruises with no big deal. I couldn't pull that off right now, when I have 2 young kids, which makes it a little harder too, but you get my point, right? So it's a different lifestyle. But being a late bloomer, man, like it just meant I gotta keep my nose to the grindstone. Luckily, my business partner's he's got about 10 years of youth on me, so we make a good duo. But
nice.
I'm here.
So, man,
that's why I'm here with you.
Just jumping back on like what you said, like if you're going to do something which is going to be half of your life, make sure that it's something that you're that you're passionate about and happy and makes you fulfilled. Because like I heard this thing the other day and it just came to mind. I just wanted to mention it. Let's say that you live 80 years, right? And that's, 80, that's an 80 year. That's pretty good, right?
If you take care of yourself, 75 to 80 is pretty realistic for most men these days. If you take care of yourself, right? And so I'll go with that.
We sleep the first 20 years of our lives, man, for most men, right? For me, for you, fucked up, right? Throw into the trash, like unconsciously. We lived it unconsciously with no purpose, no intention. So now we have 60. So now we sleep 1/3 of our lives, 8 hours per every single 24. So that's 1/3 of 60 is 20 years, right? So 20 years, right down the window.
40,
sleeping. Yeah. So now we have 40, man. So you mentioned right now, work, right? Let's say that we're going to
half
work 8 hours for
20,
something,
right?
That's another 20. So we have 20 years. Like the little things like working out, brushing your teeth, all those little things. So that takes like 10 years of your life. So we have less than 10 years, man, of our lives to like really do something that we're passionate about, to like really go out and build something that we're going to leave, that is going to live on, right? Which is crazy.
It's nuts, dude. When you start chunking down like that, it puts it in perspective. And that's the thing that most people don't realize is like, I don't know. Like I'm better than average, right? Like I'm not willing to coast through life. And some people embrace the coast, right? And here's the things, like you can't be happy. You mentioned the happy and fulfilled part. You can't be happy 100% of the time, right? Happiness, I believe, is a choice, but it comes in waves, right? Like there's going to be moments where the happiness is less, or you're not always going to be, it's not always going to be cupcakes and unicorns, right? You got me there. But the reality is if you're doing something every day that you're fulfilled, right? Like I get up and I'm hungry about what I want to do. I look forward to our coaching classes with our guys. I look forward to the live streams that I do in our Facebook group. I look forward to filming my podcast, because what we talk about, the things that we teach our men and the things that we're helping our men get better at in life are the things that I'm also working on but I'm just at a different stage, right? And like, I'm passionate about talking to them and helping them get better every day. And the fact that I can wake up with purpose and actually be hungry to get to work so I can make a bigger impact in the world is what fuels my fire every day. And it pains me to think that there are people out there that don't wake up every day and have that same kind of hunger to take on the day because they're not fulfilled and they fucking hate what they do. Like I couldn't live that life, man. So
man, talking about, that you loving what you do. So you made that decision, like 4 years ago. So you made that decision. You know what? I cannot be doing this anymore. I'm going to go into something. So what did you go into, man? What did you start doing?
Yeah. So I started our company, which is still technically the company as of now, called Dad Bod Health. That was my, I went out, I got an LLC. I said, you know what? I'm passionate about health and wellness. And I wanted to do something different. I'm a burger and beer fan. And so I became even more of a burger. This is funny. I became even more of a burger and beer fan when I created our company's logo, because it was a dude, like there's still a sticker under this back thing, but it's a dude with like two dumbbells and one has a burger and one has a beer. And that was our logo. That was the brand. And I was like, I can help you get healthy and fit and have a 6-pack while still drinking beer and eating burgers every week, because I do it and I can show you exactly what I do to do that. Right. And so that was our jam for a while. But then I got together with my business partner about 1.5 years ago, dude. And we're so aligned in helping men just become better men all around from top to bottom. With health and fitness is simply the foundation for a better life. You're very aligned with that message because you mentioned it earlier, dude, like with your stages. Right. So for me, the bottom line is physical and mental health, emotional health, spiritual health are priority number one. And we teach our men that all the time, dude. Like you got to make yourself your top priority in life. And it's the least selfish thing that you can do. When you think about it like that, you put your life into perspective like that. You live one time, you make you number one. That way, everybody in your life gets the best version of you. If you make yourself, if you put everybody else in your life first, and you're not making your health, your physical, mental, I'm talking top to bottom health, right? You're not making everybody else a priority and you're making everybody else a priority over you, and your health takes back seat. Maybe it takes the back of the bus sometimes. You're not going to live a happy and fulfilled life. Physical health and mental health are a requirement for the best life that you can possibly live. And so that's health and fitness is simply the foundation. But we help them with their family, their relationships, both inside our brotherhood and with their immediate family. We help them with their finances. We help them become free from fear and doubt around all those things. And that's really what our passion is: leadership, growth, personal development, and always working on a better version of you. Again, you fix the inside, the outside takes care of itself, because when you can align your priorities with the man that you want to become, the man that you're capable of becoming, then the weight, the physical fitness, all that stuff takes care of itself, because you have a set of non-negotiables that you wake up and you do every day. That's the bottom line. Right. And so it's what we're passionate about and what we're driven about, dude. And we're so aligned on our mission. So we rebranded to the Fatherhood back in October. And it's like we've built a hell of a culture and a hell of a community, and we can't be more excited about where we're headed.
That's exciting, man. And when you put making yourself first, the way that you just put it, so articulate and so beautifully, it's a no-brainer, right? Yet,
dude, it doesn't make sense to not do it that way, because when you view it that way, like, here's the thing, dude. So I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I do not love working out. Okay. I'm not like, some workouts are great, right? Some workouts suck. I go to the gym 4 days a week regardless, right? And I'm just break it down for you. 2 of those every week, I hate it, right? I don't like the drive to the gym. I don't want to go. I get myself there because it's a requirement for me to be the man that I am today. All right. I don't love pissing all the time and drinking water nonstop. Okay. I like drinking water because it makes me feel good, but I don't like having to get up all the time and go to the bathroom. It's a priority, right? These are excuses that other men make. I don't always love to eat salmon, asparagus, and sweet potato on Monday night. Would I rather have some pizza? Absolutely. But it's a requirement for me to be the man that I am today, right? These are priorities that I made. If you chunk your life down like that and start realizing that in order for you to have longevity and be healthy, and these are things that must happen, you just embrace it, dude. It's again, I've lived the fat life, and I've lived the.
Sorry for the interruption. If you're an aspiring, established coach, course creator, author, and speaker, I want to extend an invitation to check out my free training on the podcast Cloak Track Framework by clicking on the link in the description of this podcast. On this training, you're going to learn how combining podcasting with a rare concept that very few people know about called the cloak track can help you build a multi-million-dollar network of successful people who can become your clients, put you in front of hundreds of your ideal clients with your message, coaching, courses, and books, help you become a best-selling author, get you booked to speak on stages. We're even making an extra $237,600 in the next 6 months. Click on the link of the description of this podcast to learn about the 4 simple steps to make this work. Step number 1 is alignment. Aligning who you're trying to be, what you're trying to do, your goals and purpose with building your podcast so that podcasting is a vehicle to help you achieve your goals. Step number 2 is leveraging the cloak track to find an unlimited supply of your ideal podcast guest. Step number 3 is leveraging the cloak track to close an interview with anyone, no matter how rich, famous, or out of your league they may seem. And step number 4 is the content machine, which is the key to tapping into other people's audiences. These are the 4 steps to making the podcast cloak track framework work, and I'm not going to hold anything back on this training. So click on the link in the description of this podcast, go and check it out. And once you've done that, if you feel like this would help, we also have a complimentary, free, absolutely free alignment call to get you started and show you exactly how to implement everything. Get access to the training right now, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this episode. Bye-bye.
Fit life. I was 60 pounds overweight, and that life sucked. You have to choose the life that you want to live, and both of them are hard. If you want to be unhealthy and undesirable with no confidence and no self-esteem and live a shitty life, life is still going to be hard. You still got to get up. You still got to go to work. You still got to pay bills. Or you can feel really fucking good all the time because you take care of yourself and make your health and yourself a priority. You work on your growth. You work on your leadership, your personal development skills, and become a better man. Life is still going to be hard, right? You still got to get up. You still got to go to work. You still got to pay the bills. Still got to take care of the kids. Choose which one you want to live, dude. And for me, it's a no-brainer, right? Like, it doesn't make sense to not make you the number one priority. If you do that, again, everybody in your life gets the best version of you. And my kids and my wife deserve the best Jason, not the 3rd, 4th, or fucking 8th best Jason, because I chose to ignore my health.
Yeah. So I'm part of a mastermind that talks about family, fitness, focus, finance, right? Same message.
Very similar. Yeah.
And they have this, the family coach has this saying that when daddy gets home, he sets the tone. And then another one, which goes like my family they get the best of me, not what's left of me. And, you know, in order to make that true, well, you got to put yourself first. So yeah, I love everything that you said, man. And you talk about fitness, family, finance, freedom. So I'm really curious about what freedom is for you, right? Because, you know, like I talk about freedom, physical freedom, emotional freedom, sentimental freedom. And in there, fitness, family, finance, freedom, like you have a very cool, how do you call that? I can look for the word, but like for me, like the way that I was able to become a modern gentleman, right? So like the right way to become a modern gentleman I talked about right now is to focus on your physical freedom, then your emotional freedom that gives you self-mastery. Then it's going to be pretty simple to go for your financial freedom. Then the last one is sentimental freedom. But when you're a man like me that fucked up, that had a kids first, right now you got to have like reprioritize your life. And it's physical freedom first. It's always you first. Emotional freedom again. It's always you first again. And then like this last 2 changes. So instead of going for financial and then sentimental, you go for sentimental freedom, family, being a husband and a father, and then financial. Because if you don't do that, if you don't take care of these 3 first, of your personal life first, the financial one will never take off, right? Like you don't have business problems. You have personal problems reflecting in your business. And you talk about fitness, family, finance, right? Like in that order, which I really like. And then freedom. So like, what does that mean, man?
Yeah, I'll walk you through it, dude. So here's the thing. I loved how you broke yours down. So you'll like this. So with fitness is all encompassing, dude. When we say fitness, we're talking health and fitness with physical fitness, mental fitness, spiritual fitness, emotional fitness, like you being fit as a person, right? You being healthy as a person because you prioritize those things, right? For us, our 4 core pillars of health are sleep, stress management, nutrition, fitness. Like that, none of that has to do with mental health. We go heavy on mindset. It's always leadership, growth, personal development, mindset, so that you're constantly working on your mind. So when we talk about fitness, it's all encompassing a man's physical and emotional and mental health from top to bottom, dude. So all encompassing. For us, that's priority number 1. You got to be physically fit. If you got a family as well, you got to be able to keep up with your kids. You got to be able to not be zonked out on the couch at fucking 6 p.m. because you had an exhausting day from work and you have no energy now. And now your quality time with your kids is while you're asleep and they're watching TV. Like, that's not acceptable, right? Like, you're never going to fulfill your potential as a man and become the man that you know you're capable of becoming deep down inside if you put in the fucking work, like every man knows, right? We believe in men. That, like, we're in the business of believing in men more than they fucking believe in themselves, dude. And men are capable of way more than we even give ourselves credit for. And it's about continuing to seek that growth, right? And so for us, physical fitness, that's all the encompassing, right, with the fitness piece. For next is family, and so for us, the way we look at it is within our community, within the fatherhood. It's a very close knit group of guys, man. It's a very highly active Facebook group. Our coaching classes are really, really highly engaged. These are guys that we have in-person retreats. We've got another in-person retreat coming up at the end of April. These are guys that become very close, right? And so we're all there pulling for each other. So for us, family is not just your immediate family, but also the brotherhood inside the fatherhood, right? We want our connections to run deep because it grows our community. It keeps our guys committed, bought in, and around because they know that continuing to stay is helping them and get better as men. And it also helps their family life, right? When you're physically fit, your sex life is a lot better, dude. When you don't have a fucking man boobs and beer gut, dude, your sex life just naturally gets better. And these guys come in, they're not in their best shape. They get healthy, they get in shape. They're going to have better sex lives. They're going to have better relationships, right? So we want to strengthen those relationships at home because we feel like, having family core values and having your family on the same page has a lot of power to it. When your wife and you talk about core values and really aligning yourselves with the same messaging for your children and really what you're going to teach. Like my almost 7-year-old right now knows our core value number one is we take full responsibility for our actions and our inactions 100% of the time. Doesn't matter how, who caused it. We're not blaming brother for your bullshit. You fucking, if your toys are out and you say my little brother got them out, I don't care. Go pick the shit up, dude. It's your responsibility. Right. And so family is huge for us. We want everybody on the same page, both in the family and also in our extended family, in the brotherhood, in the fatherhood, and really leaning into each other. One of our fatherhood daily tasks that's built into the app that we use is lean into the fatherhood. We want our guys leaning into the community, dude, making sure that, hey, dude, you need something, let us know. We're there to help you, but we're also there to lift you up when shit gets rough. We're there to pat you on the back when things are going well. That's things that guys need, right? So we believe that if you can get the physical, the mental, all that aligned with the family, and you have those bonds, now you have the potential and the capacity to go and explore whatever the fuck you want to do with your life in the financial realm because you have such a good, strong support measure, right? Wherever we have guys from all over the map. We have guys that make really, really good money, all the way to guys that have been in the restaurant industry their whole life. They're there to grow. They're there to get better. And so if we can get them buying in and believing and exposed to other men that are doing bigger things, they're going to seek out more. They're going to start that side hustle that they always wanted to start. They're going to get more interested in saying, you know what, I do believe in myself now. And I do want to go do more with my fucking life, even though I'm 58. Maybe I can start a side business where I can add more value to the world and put more money in my bank account to help me grow as a man, right? Those possibilities all open up when you have strong bonds. And that's really the way that we look at it. And then obviously with freedom, freedom means a lot to me right now, living in this country with the fucking vaccine and mask mandates and all this nonsense. But freedom for us is living free from fear and doubt around your health and your physical fitness, your family, and your finances. If you can live free from fear and doubt around those three things, we believe that's what leads you to become a powerful father figure. And you can dominate most days in life, dude. And that's really what we want our men to become.
Awesome. And have it all, right? When you can,
that's it, dude.
Freedom,
that's how you have it all. Is, like, because me, like, you probably, and there's a lot of 4 F's out there, but for me, my daily check boxes, man, are my faith, my fitness, my family, and my finances. Right. And for us, we went a little bit different route because the ones that I just listed is a pretty popular one for me, man. Like, I have a strong relationship with God, and I have not always been that way. I started life in a fluctuation, not knowing what I believed. I became an atheist, and now I have a very strong relationship with my higher power. That's a checkbox that I have to check every day. My physical fitness, I don't work out every day, but I do something active And I try to eat healthy most of the times. I drink a lot of water. Like that's part of my physical fitness. It's a checkbox I'm not willing to not check. My family, I'm going to step up in the mornings and help my wife. I'm going to step up in the evening and help my wife. I'm going to make time for my wife. We fucking schedule sex dates. Like this is a priority in my life. We're not going to let the kids drowned out life. And then it's been 2 months since we've had time together. We go on dates. We make that a priority. So family is a big one for me, and I make it a priority at all times. And then obviously our company, our business, finances is not I don't have many days off. I'm always thinking, oh, what can I do to make it better? What can I do to make it better? Right. So that's a box that always gets checked, but those are priorities for me. And if I can check that off and fill that cup each day of my life, and continue to seek opportunity for improvement, I'm living my best life, man. No matter where I fall in those realms, I'm always focused on growth in those areas.
Beautiful, man. So right now, any man out there listening, he's gonna think like, yeah, Jason, yeah, you sound so confident, so convicted around what you do, who you are, and all of that. I can't do that, right? So now, man, let's go back, right? So now that we started from the end, with the end in mind, right? Let's go back to like, were you always like this? Well, obviously, right now you said no, right? But like, let's go back, man. Take me back.
Oh, dude, you want to go back to childhood? I can take you through that journey, dude. And that's really, probably why I'm so passionate about what I do now. I had a really rocky childhood. Right now, I have the strongest relationship with my dad at 70 years old than I have in my entire life. And it's all because of my growth and my journey after 38 years old, dude. Like, yeah, we had a very rocky relationship. My parents got divorced at a young age. I lived with my mom growing up. She was an alcoholic, smoked in the house, and I lived like that. That's what I was exposed to growing up. Got into drugs at 13, did drugs from 13 all the way to right before nursing school at 21. Got out of nursing school and shotgun into my career. Got married in 2005. Wife and I bought our first house. My mom came over, saw the house, died 2 months later. In 2011, September 11th, 4 years after our country was attacked. So pretty rocky start to life there, man. Got really, really, really fat because I started drinking because I was so depressed after I lost my mom. Wife and I waited 10 years to have kids. I had 2 bull terriers that attacked a bunch of dogs in the neighborhood and cost us a lot of money. So that was a fun part of my journey. Those were our kids at the time. And now I'm a family man, dude. I will tell you my decision to start my entrepreneurial journey was the most impactful piece of my life because it requires constant growth. It requires constant work on your mindset, and nothing else in life is like that, dude. Like, because there's a burning desire to get better and perfect my craft and continue to help our men get better. And so when I look back on my life, like I don't live a perfect life, dude. Like I have my flaws still. I'm a very flawed man, dude. And I admit that. I own that. Are there nights where I might drink a little bit too much? For sure. But I don't live the days where I'm waking up hammered on a Sunday morning with my kids in the kitchen making breakfast. Like, that's not the dad that I am. And I refuse to be that guy. So, I do keep it within reason, but I do have a flawed life, dude, but I'm always seeking opportunity for growth and to get better. And I'm focused on improvement because I want to be the best dad I possibly can. I don't want my kids to look back and be like, dad was the guy who was always fucking working. And when he wasn't, he was drunk. And like, I couldn't be that dad. I don't want my dad or my kids looking at another dad and be like, that's the hero that I wish my dad was. That scares me. And so, dude, I could never live with myself if my kids told me that they looked up to one of their friends' dads more than me. And so I'm intent on laying a foundation for the rest of their lives, that they can be powerful father figures early in life, a lot earlier than I was, and learn from my mistakes, man. Because, dude, I had a very, very rocky childhood. I was addicted to meth for almost a year. I've done just about every drug in the book, man. And like, that was not a life that I could continue to live down or go down that path, dude. So here I am, and dude, this has been fun.
Yeah. So, man, like a lot of married entrepreneurs with kids, young married entrepreneurs with kids, especially, like they think that, like you said right now, you get your fitness and you get your fitness in place, on track. You sleep well, you eat well, you manage your stress. All of a sudden you're like more confident, right? You're more confident on your own skin. You like yourself. And then you start working on your family. All of a sudden, not only do you feel love, but you're always, because you love yourself, you're able to love someone else. And
You have that support, dude.
Yeah, you have that support. Now your conviction and confidence goes up, and that's when you can go out and start crushing in in business without like the like physical things that hold you back, which is like not having energy and being fat and not having confidence, and like or things going on at home, like what is my wife doing, or like you just had a problem, a discussion or whatever. Now you don't have those things holding you back, and you can go all in business. And a lot of young married entrepreneurs with kids think that their problem, right, like what seems to be the most painful problem, the most evident thing that they're struggling with is the finance, right? Like business. That's what they're trying to like focus on. That's where they're trying to make work. So do you have any advice for that, man?
Yeah, I do. To be honest with you, that's a great question, because being a health guy in the entrepreneurial space is kind of comical at times because of the mentality of your traditional entrepreneur. It's grind your life away, dude, and grind, nose to the grindstone, work, want to try to get 2 days into one, 6 hours of sleep is plenty. I'll sleep when I die mentality, dude. And you're going to fucking die. And that's the thing, is like, people don't realize the value of sleep. And you mentioned it earlier, we sleep a third of our lives. And it's such a crucial aspect of life. Like, it's the weight loss pill that nobody wants to talk about. Like, people, men in general, but men entrepreneurs just don't get anywhere near the amount of sleep that they should on a normal basis. Like, I'm telling you, it's across all of the networks that I'm in. It's the things like, just going to grind and I'll sleep when I'm dead. And dude, like, if you flip the script, like I talked about earlier, and you make your health the number one priority. We work with a lot of business owners, man. We have a lot of guys that come in and they're overweight and they're like, I don't know where to start. My days are so busy. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I'm like, dude, you're an entrepreneur, dude. You live off a calendar. You have a schedule, right? Like, make your fucking self a priority. Like, put yourself on the calendar, dude. Put yourself in your schedule. Put your 30 or 45-minute workout in there. If you need an hour, great. Book it in there. Make yourself a priority. It's a toxic mentality, man. And it's sad because I know a lot of guys, dude. I've seen a lot of guys. I told my business partner this the other day. I was like, dude, you don't know how many guys I've seen over just in my 4 years where I've had like some kind of connection to them on Facebook or like some kind of social media where like I had an opportunity to help them at one point, right? Like maybe we had a sales call, or maybe they were like in my group and reached out for help at one point and we never got to the sales call. And now they're having a heart attack, or now they're having triple bypass surgery on my page, right? It's like, wish me luck. I'm having triple bypass surgery tomorrow. I'm like, it pains me to know that, dude, all you had to do is like that we were almost there, right? And it just sucks, right? And so I see it a lot, man. I've seen when I was working in the ICU, I saw plenty of guys in their early 40s, dude, coming in having massive heart attacks. We had a guy at 38 had a double bypass surgery. This is real life shit, man. And guys don't realize how much lack of sleep and high stress will make your ass have a heart attack, dude. Most of them are sedentary, living the laptop lifestyle and trying to crush, especially in the online space, dude. And like, you got to make yourself a priority, dude, or your life is going to waste away a lot quicker than you think it will.
Cool. And so I asked for like a money-making tip, and most people are now going to realize that like this is the shit. Like,
that's the money-making tip, dude. Right? Make your health a priority and you're going to make more money. You're going to have more confidence. Dude, here's the thing, is like what we see is this. We got guys that are like high corporate level workers, right? We got a guy that came in, he's been working with us for about a year. He came in, he's probably dropped like 80 pounds. He went from like 5'8", 250-pound guy, miserable as hell. You could look at him, he's smiling in a picture and he looked miserable. Now he's basically got abs, dude, like borderline abs.
Holy shit.
He's flexing, putting sunglasses, dancing on TikTok with his daughter. He works for like a Fortune 50 company. Dude, in this time, his marriage life has gotten better. His relationship with his daughters has gotten better. He has more energy than them and wants them to go outside more than they even want to now. He got a massive raise and promotion at work. His sex life is better. His confidence is through the roof, all because he decided to make a decision to make himself the top priority. Dude, look at that. Like, it's easy. Like, it's so easy, but guys just don't let it fucking click. All right. Like, it's not immediate. Everything else is secondary, but you have to make you number one. The payoff is not as great as the money-making scheme that you want to go try and try to make more money. The payoff is not greater than adding 20 hours to your work week and working 60-hour weeks instead of making and doing 40-hour weeks, having less stress, having better production, better focus, and making yourself a priority because you have time to work out now and eat healthy. Dude, it's like it's a toxic mentality. Like you see this rabbit hole these guys get down, and you got to break it, man. And it's sad because like with our guys, we see the potential and we see what's happening with them. And like, it's all right there. Just look at what's happening with guys that actually make themselves a priority, their health, their physical fitness, and their family. Dude, the sky opens up for you. And that's it.
Yeah, 100%, man. Thank you very much for sharing all of that, man, all of that wisdom. So we're almost out of time, and I want to make sure that I have time to ask you 5 questions that I ask at the end of our interviews.
No doubt. Yep.
And it's pretty cool because I call it the 5 M's of success, right? So a lot of people, everyone wants money, right? And if you want money, there's 4 things that you got to get right: mindset, map, motion, measure, money. Mindset is about mindset. Map is about clarity, right? Clarity on where you are, where you're going, how you're going to get there. Motion is about getting there, the action, right? Habits. And measure is about tracking. So the first question, I have 5 questions. The first question is around what piece of advice, man, would you give your 20-year-old self if you could, like, not change your life or redo anything? Sure. Just give yourself, your 20-year-old self, some advice. What would that be?
Of any piece of advice, period?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you the most liberating moment for me in my life, and this has happened within just a couple of years, and I don't know that it's achievable at 20, but you could at least plant this seed in your head, is to learn. And I mean, like, this is brutally honest, dude, is to learn not to give a fuck about what anybody else thinks about you. Like, the sooner that you can grasp that and really learn what that means. And that it sounds a little bit shallow on the surface, dude, but if you really let that sink in and absorb the true meaning of it, dude, when you can get to a point in your life where you truly don't give a fuck about what anybody's opinion is of you, you will live a freeing life and you will get to determine your next steps in life. It's not going to change your drive. It's not going to change your motivation for whatever your piece of your next step in is in life, right? At 20, I know a lot of 20-year-olds, dude, that don't have a clue what they're going to do with their career, right? And that's okay. But like, when you can block out the noise and learn that everything on the internet is nothing but a distraction, it's always waiting for you. It's negativity. You can go and click on that shit anytime you want. So get rid of as much of that as you can and stop believing all the nonsense you see online. Focus on becoming a better you. But dude, the quicker that you can grasp that, dude, and not learning to not give a shit what anybody's opinion of you is, what your next step in life is, because that shit is only going to bog you down and make you believe in yourself less. And it's all bullshit. It's all fake. It's all nonsense. And you don't need it in your brain. And so the sooner you can block that stuff out and learn to not care what, like, because people are going to shit on your dreams, dude. People are going to shit on your goals. That's the reality. People love you and will cheer for you until you're doing better than them every single time. And when you are, they'll shit on you, drag you down. And they're, you want to focus on your supporters and not the reporters, dude. And when you can do that and get to a point where you don't give a shit what anybody's opinion is, your life's going to get a lot better. And the reality is most people don't grasp that until later in life. And that's a piece of wisdom that I wish I knew at that age, because I was always seeking like approval, right? Like, you're in an age where it's like, well, how can I get better? Like, how can I get that pat on the back, that little dopamine hit? Can I get a like? Can I get a comment? Can I get this shit on social media? Like, dude, if I drop a post and one person likes it, I don't give a fuck, man. Like, I don't care, right? And so that'd probably be my best piece of advice.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. So yeah, like as most people, right, are looking for like validation, approval, acceptance outside of themselves. We all are wanting to feel.
It's a human emotion. It's human psychology, and it's normal. I get it, but
yeah. We're all wanting to feel significant. And the problem comes when your sense of significance comes from other people, right? And like that, what you're talking about, man, is the ultimate matrix that people have to unplug themselves from.
100%.
And I just want to help. I just want to help you, help people unplug from the matrix. So take this. So like, you're in your movie, right? You have your movie. You are the star of your movie. Like, every scene you're there and you appear in every scene. You're the star of your movie. And you are insecure, you have insecurities, you're worried about what other people might think. But the thing is that other people that appear in your movie are just like either extras or they're just passing by. Most of the time, those people like that appear in your movie are not that really important, right? And in addition to that, right, you're worried about all those people in your movie might think of you But in addition to that, like those people have their own movie that they're the star of, right? Like they are the ones that appear in every scene, and everyone else is just an extra, someone else passing by, and they are worried about what those people might think, right? So like it doesn't really matter. So like what I'm trying to say is that people don't, number one, don't care about your problems because they're too worried about about the things that other people that they think other people are thinking about them. Right. They're not even thinking about you. So number one, they don't care. Most people like don't care about their problems. They're too worried about their own insecurities. And two, the people that, like 95% of people don't care about your problems, and 5% of the other ones are glad that you have them. So why give a fuck?
No, that's it, dude. And when you can get to that point, you realize that's the thing. Is like, I think so many people let other people live in their head rent free, and you've got to get past that, man. Like that's all it does is consume bandwidth in your brain that you need to get better. You need to focus in other areas of your life to get better. And when you let when you let people's opinions and judgments of you bog you down, dude, why are you letting them live in your head rent free? Like they literally aren't thinking about you at all. Like you said, like it's not, and the quicker you can learn that lesson, dude, the better your life is going to be, because you can focus on you and the task at hand. There's enough on your plate by just focusing on you and getting better and building a life that you love. You don't need that shit in your brain taking up space.
Yeah. Awesome, man. And yeah, the good opinion of other people is what ultimately holds everyone's back. So the next question, man, is mindset, right? So what is one mindset shift that you can share that's different than the one that you just gave? Mindset shift that you've had that you can share that has allowed you to get to where you are right now in your, in your entrepreneurial career in just 4 short years?
I think just believing in myself and not quitting, man. Like, I know it sounds so simple, but like for most guys out there, man, who are trying to get better,
believe in themselves.
They don't believe in themselves, man. And the reality is, dude, you have to get to a point where, because here's the thing, like, and I didn't really get into this and I won't go expand too much, but when I started, dude, I put myself personally, because I did all personal loans and credit cards, dude, like an $80,000 worth of debt. Because I bet on myself. I was like, I'm not going to fail. I'm going to take as much as I fucking can. I'm going to go all in on this shit. And we're going to I'm going to build a business, and I'm going to build a company that means something and gives a lot of value back to the world. And I wasn't going to be stopped, dude. And I just wake up every day and I don't quit. There's some days where I don't want to do shit, and I just keep going because I believe in myself, and I believe in my mission, and I believe in my purpose. And I realize that not everybody knows their why, their true why. And some people don't ever discover it, man. It's sad. But the reality is, for me, like, I know why I'm put on this earth. Like at our last retreat, dude, I felt a stronger pull for the things that I was doing and the impact that I was making at that in-person event than I have in my entire life from anything, including my wedding, dude. Like it was a feeling I've never felt in my life before. And so I know why I'm here. Right. And so being able to have that feeling is something that I wouldn't trade for the world. Right. And so
powerful.
You got to believe in yourself to get there though, man.
100%. Believe in yourself and never, ever give up. Even if you don't believe in yourself at that moment,
just keep going, dude. Yeah. Keep going. And that's it. It's like when you're starting out, especially in the entrepreneurial journey, dude, like it's literally like going through a tunnel of fog every single day, because you don't know what to do next. Nobody knows what the fuck to do next, right? Like you can get all the business plans in the world, but for you, whatever your path is, like you still got to wake up every day and figure shit out, right? And that's where you got to do is like there is no quitting is not an option. I'll give you another little piece of advice. Don't ever have a plan B, dude. Pick something that's your plan A and don't even have a plan B, because plan B will always pull from plan A, and plan A is never going to work. There's one plan, dude, and that's it. And as soon as I realized to get rid of the shiny object syndrome, all these little extras in the background, the sooner you can realize an opportunity differentiate between an opportunity and a fucking distraction, your life is going to get a lot better.
Awesome, man. So now, like building up on that mindset map. So do you have any tactic, strategy, or tool, or like a piece of advice that you could give anyone who wants to have more clarity in their lives?
Clarity comes by taking massive imperfect action, man. That's the reality. Yeah. People that are searching out clarity and are just delaying, like they don't know what to do next, go in and fuck some shit up, dude. All you're going to do is fuck up and learn from the mistake. As long as you don't continue to make the same mistake, you're getting better, you're growing, and you're moving forward. There's no neutral in life. And that's what people don't realize. Like, you're either moving forward, getting better, or you're moving backwards and getting further from your goal and further away from achieving your dreams. And that's it. That's the reality. And so when you realize that, and you accept that there is no neutral, you now have a mentality that keeps you moving forward. Because I certainly don't want to fucking move backward. So you keep moving forward and just fuck up along the way, and just know that you are. That's it. Is people are scared to mess up. But guess what? The worst thing that happens from messing up is you learning from a mistake and not being able to make that again. Right? Like, it's okay to mess up. It's like I fuck up all the time. It's just part of life, dude. And you just got to embrace it. And so, yeah, dude, it's a move forward, fail forward mentality, dude.
Powerful. Yeah. 100%. You learn more from your failures than from your successes, right?
100%, dude.
So the next question is mindset map motion. What is one habit? I'm pretty sure what you're going to say, but it's around health. But what is one habit, man, that you have that has contributed a lot to your success?
You know, I can make it a non-health one. Man. I think for me, one habit is making sure that I'm continuing to look for opportunities for improvement, doing self-evaluations, and actually stepping back and not letting the roller coaster of life just suck me in, without me being able to really sit back. And I'm not talking about sitting down and like making goal sheets and all that. Those are fun and dandy. I'm talking about really stepping back and like taking a bird's eye view of my life every few months and looking like, okay, like, what can I do to get better as a dad? What can I do to do anything better with my health? Usually, generally speaking, like right now at this point in my life, I'm in what I call maintenance mode. I don't want to gain any muscle mass. I'm pretty lean right now. Like, I'm in a place where I'm cool, right? So as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm good. Doesn't mean I don't work out hard. It just means I don't have any like big goals for that right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm always looking for ways to get better as a dad. I'm always looking for ways to get better as a husband. Have the last few months, have me and my wife been a little bit chippy toward each other? Do I need to improve our communication? Can I improve that? Right? Has the discipline that I've been using with my older kid been working, not working? Is he fighting me back? Is he talking back more? Like, stepping back and really looking at areas that you can improve with self-improvement. They're going to make your entire life better, because the better dad that I am, the better husband that I am, the better home life I have, the better my days go at work, the better I feel about myself. Like, it all has a trickle down effect. And so I think if people could step back and really do a self-evaluation, and even fucking schedule it on your calendar. It's one of those things that it's a priority. It doesn't take long. Take 10 minutes, sit there with no TV, no computer, no nothing, sit with 10 minutes of silence and just think, what are the most important areas of my life? Again, for me, it's my faith. How's my relationship with God? Am I talking? Am I praying? Am I doing the things I need to do to move forward with my spiritual health? Is my financial and physical fitness and my family all aligned? Like, are those things aligned with the man that I know I'm capable of becoming every day? If I'm checking those off, I evaluate those areas of my life. Can I get better in those areas? What can I do to improve? If you have that mentality, dude, it's a no lose mentality. You're always focused on growth and getting better.
Awesome. So reflecting, just
that's it.
Seeing where you are, seeing where you're going, taking a step back and
just like in business, dude, if you don't track data and look back and like, look at stats, look at your ads, look at all that shit in business, especially in the online space, like, how do you know where to improve? Right. Yeah. How do I know if my employees are doing what they're doing? How do I know that the ROI on our ads are good? How do I know like where I need to spend more money? What ads are working? Like, if you're not tracking data, if you're not tracking your health, right? You don't track your shit in the gym. You don't track how much you're lifting, where your weight's at. How are you going to know how you're getting better, right? Same thing goes with your overall life. Like, it's just tracking, looking back at trends, habits, and things that you could potentially change and get better to continue to improve. And that's it.
I wish I could show you, man, but I have a big ass calendar. That's what it's called. Big ass calendar. It's like this big, right? And on like on one side, it has like all the months, right? Like 4 rows with 3 months, 4 quarters. And then on the other side, it has like 12 rows, 12 rows, right? And in each row, you can see like all the days of the month. So like in one big square, you can see all the days in the year. And there I track like my emotions, like how I'm feeling in the day, which is pretty cool, man. I've been able to like master my emotions even better when I'm look at them, because they have a pattern. My emotions, my habits, I track my 4 areas of my life, like the things that I do for every single area of my life there. And then I track like when I'm fucking up, when I'm like I put there today, I wasted 3 hours, right? And,
Yep.
and like it turns out that like, holy shit, every single Wednesday I have a feeling to waste 3 hours. So like now I can be intentional on Wednesdays.
Trends,
right?
yeah. See, it's tracking, dude. That's how you know to improve.
Yeah.
All right.
So the next question is mindset map, motion, measure, right? So tracking and measuring, man. So what are your takes on tracking, measuring?
I think we just answered that, man.
Yeah.
For me, dude, like, especially with business, that was a mistake that I made in the beginning. I wasn't like, I didn't look at the numbers much. I think it was more of a fear than anything. Like when I was struggling, like I was like, fuck, I don't want to even look at it. Right. Like this is kind of scary. Like it's kind of, if I push it off to the side, ignore it, I don't have to look at it. Right. Well, now, like, I have a business partner. We have an actual company. Like, we have employees, we do shit, right? We move forward. We have a great culture. We have a great community, and these things have to have attention all the time. And so for us, man, like when we started tracking data and actually knowing what needed to improve and where, it just helps the business move forward significantly more when you have all that top of mind. And so same thing with everything else, dude. Like I said, I'm in maintenance mode. Doesn't mean I don't check my weight. Doesn't mean I'm not like measuring my strength and trying to get stronger at the gym. Doesn't mean I'm still not tracking things. Right. And so I track a gratitude journal every fucking single day, dude. It's something that is a crucial part of the start of my day. Tracking is crucial. And if you want to measure progress and measure success, dude, you got to be able to look back at trends. And just like you said, man, it's like, this is how that's how the human brain works.
Yeah. Thank you, man. It was extremely valuable. So, man, I really enjoyed this conversation. I bet that a lot of people out there who listen to this as well are going to be like, holy shit, like I really resonate with Jason. Like I want to know more about him. So where can they go if they want to learn more about you, about what you got going on with the fatherhood and stuff like that? So yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Probably best spot is our Instagram page. It's just at the Fatherhood Experience. If you go there, we have a link there that has our free Facebook group. It's called Discussions with Dads. So any dads out there or anybody out there that's just looking to get a little bit healthier, looking to get a little bit better, our free group is there. You can come. We do live streams in the group every single week, and it's always value driven. We're not there this is not a webinar style like, hey, buy our shit. It's, hey, dude, like these are the steps you need to take to improve this area of your life, right? They're mostly value driven stuff. So that's there, and then we're at the Fatherhood Experience everywhere on all social media handles. We don't have a YouTube channel. We also have a podcast, which is the Fatherhood Experience, and we're on all platforms there. So that's probably the best place to find us and learn a little bit more about who we are and how we operate.
Cool. Awesome. On your podcast, do you interview people?
Yeah, dude, we can do it. I can bring you on here. Awesome. I'll have you on our shows.
I'll follow up with you now that you mention it, man. So yeah.
Sure. I'll shoot you my calendar link, dude. We'll do it. We'll make it happen.
And I have a special link for the Jason Priest episode. So down below, along with all of your stuff, your Instagram, Facebook, and everything for you and for your company, along there, I'm going to include a link. I don't remember what the link is called, but it's going to have / Jason Priest. And it's going to take anyone who wants to start their own podcast, right, on a free training from A to Z. Like if they take action on it, in 30 days from now, they can have a podcast started, grown, launched, and everything, right? Amazing, right? A podcast has changed my life. I'm pretty sure that your podcast has been really impactful on you and other people. So I'm going to include that training as well, man. And thank you very much, man.
Yeah, no, it's been fun, dude. I appreciate you having me on. I look forward to bringing it on our show, dude, and we'll jam again.
Awesome, man. See you later. Bye-bye.
Hey, take care.
Thank you for watching the Gentleman Success, Happiness, and Fulfillment Talk podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with one friend, leave us a comment, and let us know. 99% of people never leave a review or comment, but we love and are very thankful with the 1% of you who do. If there's something or someone you want to see on this podcast, send me a message on Instagram at Alex_Ramirez1020 and let me know. As a thank you for that, I have an amazing surprise for each and every one of you who does take the time to leave us a comment or review on YouTube or one of the major podcasting platforms